doing this a little late, but the website is up. Really exciting. Everything's just random this year for some reason. I don't know, but everything looks really cool. And I know I said I would never have my computer in front of me while I'm talking to you, so forgive me. But let's start this off with a bang. Alright, shows. We got Bill and Ted and another show called Death Drums, which is basically, I don't know, to me it sounds like kind of like those shows where they just bang on stuff and make music. But they said there's more than one of those shows, or there's more than one variety. You can go back and see a different one. And then obviously Bill and Ted, and we have the scare zones. One is called 7, which is basically there's 7 people, or temptresses is what they call them. 7 temptresses, and by day they're beautiful, and by night they look evil. Your luck has run out, which is basically what I think it's going to be. Is it says you have to choose a path or whatever, and your luck will determine. So it could be like you go this way and you get free, or you go this way and you get scared. We have acid assault, which is basically a town has been ridden with or years of acid rain. And I think this one's going to be like the one in either, was it 08 or 09, where they had the contamination thing, and it was like there's a big tent over it, and gas basically melted the people's faces off. Then we have Night Maze, is probably my favorite scare zone that I'm looking forward to the most. It's basically a black maze, dark maze, and it's a scare zone. But it's like all the Labyrinth movies you've seen in the past, where the walls move, so it's always a different direction. But and then we have Grown Evil, which I'm not too thrilled about. I don't think it's going to be any good, but it could be. But it's basically, it looks to me like it'd be like plants, like vines or whatever, or maybe like, I don't know. But it's like you just go to the website and look at it. There's no way to explain it. And then finally, probably the scariest of all the scare zones is going to be Canyon of Dark Souls, which basically it looks like, they all look like death, basically. And it's basically like these like evil spirits that dwell in this canyon, and you walk through it and they scare you, basically, is what it looks like. And now the houses. Of course we have the Thing house, which looks, which I'm kind of excited about, because I'm a big fan of the old movie. Fan of the new one, or not a fan yet, but I want to see it really bad. And basically they said that you get to see the movie before the movie comes out, or scenes from it, kind of like how they did with the Wolfman. And then we have Winter's Night, which is the graveyard that I predicted, the graveyard house I predicted, or the cemetery house. And then we have Nevermore. Oh, this was my favorite one. I can't wait to go in this one. Like this is the house that I can't wait to go into. It's called Nevermore: The Madness of Poe. And it's basically the Edgar Allan Poe house I predicted. Or a bunch of people, I say I predicted, but when I say I predicted, a bunch of people predicted this. Nevermore: The Madness of Poe, which is basically all the stuff that Poe, basically you're inside Poe's head and plays, is what it reads. I'm a big fan of Poe's writing. And then we have The Forsaken, which isn't quite what I predicted. I predicted a pirate house, and this is the 4th ship. You know, 4 ships went out, 4th ship of Columbus's fleet. You know, 4 ships went out, and 3 really got famous. And this was basically the 4th one. They're saying like it got sunk and it was haunted and it found death. And it doesn't take place on the ship. It takes place in a Spanish fortress like the Castillo de San Marcos. I'm not saying it is the Castillo de San Marcos. I'm just saying like a Spanish fortress. Then we have a 3D house, which is called The In-Between. and this was the picture of the demons. The first picture that came out, like the blacklight demons, is what I thought it was, and it's a 3D house. So yeah, that's all I can really say about that. I have no idea what else. It's got a cool description, but I ain't gonna read it. And then we have the World War I house called Nightingale's Blood Prey, which these are banshees, basically, which I think they're like shapeshifters, and they feed on human flesh, and it's in the World War I area, and you're traveling through different trenches. And then we have the comedy house, the holiday house that I predicted. It's called HR Blood and Guts presents Holidays of Horror, which is basically before he shuts down his studio, you walk through all these different shows of different holiday horror movies. And I don't know if they're going to be original or they're like the old not classic, but the old tacky horror movies. And finally, the Sausenstein house. This I'm not too excited about, honestly. Obviously, they got this from, it's called Sausenstein Into the Machine. They got this from the Scare Zone last year. And I'm just not I'm not so much not a fan of the house or the Scare Zone. I'm just not a fan of like chainsaws in haunted events. To me, they're overused. It's more of just a I don't know, they're just overused to me. But you know, a lot of people are gonna like the house. A lot of people are fans of the Scare Zone. By all means, I'm not bashing those people. I'm just more, I mean, I'll go in all the houses, but I'm just more not really, you know how it is. And that's it. Alright guys, oh, and one more thing. How Gluck. How he was not anywhere in the reveal of the website. However, me and a couple of other updaters were on Skype and also listening to a online talk show about the event, and Hal called in, and I didn't get to hear the whole thing, but Hal called in and basically was talking to the guy and got caught by Lady Luck and hung up real fast. So I don't think this is the last we've seen of Hal, and I haven't heard from him he hasn't posted anything on Facebook. But anyways, I don't think that's the last we're hearing of Hal. But anyways guys, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think.
Luck be a lady tonight.